sorry, buddy. I'm sorry. I didn't see you there.
In our household, my wife is more of a Marvel fan than I am. She is currently rewatching the Marvel Cinematic Universe in chronological order on Disney+. A fully functional, well-thought-out cinematic comic book universe. Must be nice. I always stick with the home team of DC, but I do admit that Marvel is the king of the hill, at least when it comes to movies. Now, DC has had generally more luck in the realm of video games. I'm not saying that all Marvel games are bad or anything like that, just not as memorable as its DC Comics counterparts. But recently it came to my attention that a new VR game from Marvel's Iron Man, which made its debut on the PlayStation 4, was about to come out for the Meta Quest 2. Now I'm always on the lookout for new games for this device. I've really enjoyed offerings on it like Jurassic World Aftermath, NFL Pro Era, and of course Resident Evil 4, so I decided to give it a buy and try it out myself. What I got was one of the best comic book video games I've ever played. No, seriously. Just like how the Arkham series made me feel like Batman, this game really made me feel like Iron Man.
Smashing, sir. What's next?
For this game's plot, you play as Tony Stark, billionaire, playboy, and certified genius. Tony's love interest is Pepper Potts, who knows that Tony is a good man at heart. Pepper is the only one of the few people that Tony trusts, and puts her in charge of his company. His company, Stark Industries, has always been the masters at making weapons, but now he's trying to change its image. But then he comes under attack by a mysterious terrorist named Ghost, who's out for revengeance for all the lives that Stark Industry Weapons has killed prior to Tony becoming Iron Man. After the attack, Pepper is injured and taken out of action. Iron Man sets out to find Ghost. Assist to him are the artificial intelligences Friday and Gunsmith, who are like the angel and devil sitting on his shoulders. Tony must work fast before Ghost exacts her revenge upon him. Now the game is set in the same universe as Insomniac's Spider-Man games, but sadly, there are no appearances from other Avengers, except for Nick Fury and S.H.I.E.L.D. My wife was disappointed by the lack of Chris Evans, by the way. But alas, this is Tony's game through and through. The story is full of depth and suspense and really delves into Tony's psyche. Telling stories centered around flawed superheroes is something that Marvel has always excelled at, and this is another good example of it.
Fake heart for a fake hero.
Now the gameplay here is where Iron Man VR really shines. The controls are spot on and really makes you feel like Iron Man. You can hold your hands on your side to hover and point them to move forward. A double click on the trigger button will increase your speed. For combat, you have your repulsor blasts for quick shots, as well as other upgrades that you can make, such as homing missiles. Now when flying, you have to stay on your toes, as you'll need to take out flying enemies while maneuvering around. Remember, you are Iron Man, but you're not almighty, as you can take damage from incoming fire. When your health is at sub-optimal levels, make sure to avoid contact to give you time to regenerate. One attack I really enjoy is the punch. When charging up, you can rush forward and deliver some nice strikes at your opponents, including a good old-fashioned Superman-style ground slam. So satisfying, and a great way to cut the distance between you and your target. As far as enemies go, you get a good collection of bad guys who try to take your head off, both from the air and from the ground. But the most frustrating ones are the ones with shields. Now for these guys, you must fly around and wait for an opening and then attack. These things can drain your health in an instant if you're not careful. One attack I really enjoy is the trusted Unibeam. When charged up all the way, you can unleash a powerful laser blast of death that can wreak havoc on your hapless opponents. Gave me flashbacks to Marvel vs. Capcom. In addition, you have some chase missions where you need to take down enemies, superhero moments like opening huge doors, and carrying objects to certain points. And of course, you have your good old-fashioned boss fights. In between missions, you can go back to Tony's garage, where you can use the points you earn to upgrade your suits and take on challenge missions to increase your scores, not to mention other fun activities. The music for this game is nothing too special, but does fit the mold of good old-fashioned superhero music. This really is an example of a game that delivers exactly what it's promised, a full Iron Man experience. One that lets you step into the metal boots of one of Marvel's greatest superheroes. This game knows what it is, and knows what it does, and it does it really well. And it's also a great fit for the VR system. Hopefully we'll get more. I personally can't wait for that Ghostbusters one that's coming out next year.
Knockout! Just like Happy Hogan taught me.
During the time I got this game, I also got a copy of Gotham Knights for the PlayStation 5. Now, I did play that game for a little bit, but I ended up putting it down and coming back to this one. I just found Iron Man VR to be way more compelling. I still hope there's other superhero games that can find their way onto the VR system, as there is quite a few out there I believe would fit this device very well. Iron Man VR is not the deepest game out there, but it's right up there with great comic book titles. Like I said earlier, it's rare when a video game makes you feel like an actual superhero, and this one does it in spades. From an engaging story, tight controls, and addictive combat, Iron Man VR is a must-have for fans of virtual reality. Anyway, that's just my 2 cents. I'm Eugene Morris of the Brotherhood of Gaming. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and check out our other videos. In the meantime, as always, keep on gaming.